In today's video, I'm going to unpack why inspiration is actually a necessary part of your journey towards moving from procrastination to action. Hi, my name is Vanessa Bonnie and I'm a motivational keynote speaker. I help individuals, teams, and leaders move into action, take bold action to show up and step up and be that change that they wish to see in themselves, their organizations, and in the world. Even though action is my middle name, I found myself in a situationship this morning. It is a Monday morning and I don't know what it is about Monday. Maybe it is like hardwired in my brain. All those times I worked in all those jobs that I just hated. I didn't just dislike them, I hated them. I got up to a wonderful start to the day. I went to the gym. I had a bit of a chat with a friend. I had a beautiful breakfast and I eased my way into my Monday. And I have learned the importance of easing my way into a Monday because this seems to be an experience that I have every Monday morning. So even though my middle name is Action, like everyone else, I struggle to take action. Today I woke up and I felt this sense of fear. There are a few things in my career, in my business that are changing. And who's behind them all? Me. Whose ideas were they? My ideas. Last week, I was feeling pretty motivated. Last week, I was feeling really on track. This week, unfortunately, not so much. So we're about to do two things. I'm just going to take myself out. Even though I've had a coffee for the day, I'm just going to go and buy a mocha. I'm going to get out in that sun, get into that sunshine, and I'm going to sit by the beach and I'm going to do a little bit of journaling. The second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to watch a few speaker reels from some of the keynote speakers that I look up to and that I admire that are out there in the world. I know that when I watch their videos, when I watch their content, I know that when I watch their speaker reel, and if you don't know what a speaker reel is a very short video, somewhere between 2 minutes, and some speakers make it a little bit longer. They make it 6 minutes long or 7 minutes long. And it's basically a highlight reel of basically the last 12 months. And the purpose of a speaker reel is, first of all, proof that you are actually speaking. We can see you on a stage in front of a live audience. And the second one is we want to hear little snippets of you speak so we know that you can speak, that they're not just an AI generated audience and stage. Although actually that is a good idea. I never thought about that. But don't you worry, if you're an event organizer, I will not be doing that. And the second thing is when I watch their speaker reel, because they are people that I aspire to, I look up to in terms of the career trajectories that we are on. They are 10, 15, 20 steps ahead of me. When I watch the speaker reels, it reminds me why I'm doing what I'm doing. It reminds me why I've made the decisions that I've made in my career. It reminds me of my greater purpose of why I speak, why I have chosen to be a motivational keynote speaker. There are a lot of things going on. First of all, the world is a hot mess, which is one of the reasons why I do not own a TV. I do not have any social media on my phone, including LinkedIn. And I am not subscribed to any news. I am very selective about the inputs that I put into my mind. That said, I have a bit of an idea of what's going on. And every now and then, when I think about the degree and severity of suffering that is going on in the world for millions and billions of people, it can sometimes keep me in this fear, anxiety loop. That said, with every keynote that I speak at, I do support Palmyra. I also know where I'm at in my cycle. And knowing where I'm at in my cycle means that my hormones are a little bit like ping pong balls all over the place. Externally and internally, there are so many variables that can impact whether we take action or not. But ultimately, the only thing that has impact is this one thing. And it's a decision to make our actions greater than our moods. And sometimes in order to make that decision, it means that we've got to take action first around motivating ourselves, giving ourselves, half an hour or an hour to just hit reset, remind ourselves of our why, feed ourselves with some inspirational content to re-energize us. So when it comes to taking action, yes, inspiration isn't the be-all or end-all, and it is a necessary part of our journey, particularly as we near towards the end of the year. People start to feel really exhausted, really burnt out. What we need a burst of inspiration. And the best way to do that is someone like myself. This is why motivational keynotes are so important. It reminds ourselves, our teams, our leaders, our organizations of the bigger why. When we get reminded of the why, we get that burst of energy. It reignites our desire. It feeds us fuel to keep going. Willpower is not enough. We need inspiration to help reignite and kickstart our engine so we can keep going. If you found this episode really helpful and you would like to explore what a keynote at your team offsite, your lunch and learn, your strategy day, planning day, event or conference could look like, then I encourage you to get in contact with me at hello@winitha.com about how I can help and serve you and your organization.